Anumre yɛnyina nim deɛ wɔ hɔ dada ɛnyɛ kasa tintin bebree ne nyina ne sɛ on Monday and I'm back confirm mama say the National Sports Authority and the had to folk ne clubs that Accra and him say the Accra Sports Stadium is not available in the month of December for these clubs. You know say I'm a barman time chiao. Good evening. And me mom nyina kwa baba se obe TV. Fache me. Na ya na data nti be say me kone hwehwehwe mam to protect the data you have. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You kind of once you can be the subscribe. The unsubscribe can subscribe. That's just by the way. But we all know and may of course we didn't have to folk. Emma minya ntie se mpanifo na planning se omunya oba be used to a year the Kumasi Baba Sports Stadium. Now after say the breaking news, I saw a lot of comments and I should not be allowed. It's not acceptable. And discussion now grew. So this evening I want to let you understand why Asante Kotoko as a club cannot do anything about how to folk using the Baba Sports Stadium. Me do be run it through details. Argument na man for you say the argument for why it should not be allowed and a host of things. I'll address all that for you to get a better understanding. Questions about Bebre. Who questions no on transfers? I've seen all your questions. I can't mention the names, but I've seen them. Moment of time. I want to be credible like I've always been. Get to the bottom of it. Intimate business bisa players in Swatremai, Imoro Brahim. Imoro, as at last week Friday, Komamidi is not coming to Kotoko. That was last week Friday. Minim the assassin or Imoro to Kotoko no. Epia from Friday to NBB assassin. Into moment copy me Friday. I'll pick all the questions in Swatremai right back no. Imoro Brahim, Dominic Sobila, Augustine Okran. I've seen all of them. I'll pick them one by one and clarify. This is the Hoop brand kits. Don't forget to go get yours. But the concept and first of all, I understand the argument and worry of every Asante Kotoko fan because teams are more rivals. Most often, with the exception of probably Inter Milan and AC Milan, deep rivalry. Bobo the same park. And no matter how omo se obe move akwa bobo the home of the other team on any rivals entirely. So I mean who that said Madrid are moving home to Barcelona. So company mean who be that Scotland, Celtics, Rangers. No, I don't see that happen. Then when you check even Manchester United and Liverpool, say United do baby, and some go matches, home matches with Liverpool home. It sounds very weird. And it's not something that do NTB. When they are rivalries are, they don't even want to share anything. Sometimes on Bobo now there should be top security to the extent that we were mom couldn't just space. Because the fans will go crazy throwing things at each other. Into who penina one club no down no because who you home their call rival home no one here penina no and I don't know all trust never be deal with you. But the difference is that in most of these clubs out there, but all move call the other opponent home no whether or a renovation, whether disaster, BS, a whole lot of issues. The difference is that the clubs are the owners of the stadiums. Camp Nou Barcelona there. Santiago Bernabeu Madrid there. Old Trafford United there. Anfield Liverpool there. Okay. So when you look at that, you cannot compare that to what we have here in Ghana. The clubs do not own the venue. They might be a major stakeholder in terms of raising revenue for a more venue, which is the National Sports Authority. But any clubs, Nadia. So the National Sports Authority director in Kumasi, a very friendly man. He works hand in hand with Asante Kotoko. But the bottom line is, he can make provisions to make the venue comfortable for Kotoko. Because when he said, Kotoko neye the stadium no, or man is in managing the stadium. We Kotoko flew financially or affect their budget and the money they are raising and their revenue. But at the end of the day, enya they say eye Kotoko dia na final decision with regards to how the stadium will be managed, Kotoko. And that is why other bit me free above say Blasters be bobo near two stadium maybe 2 weeks. Kotoko and whoever is using the stadium cannot use it. But it's a venue near Kotoko dia. And Kai Blasters person or use venue now. Kotoko will have to give them approval. And they will have to use the venue as against the terms and conditions of the owners of the stadium. In this case being Asante Kotoko. But here handing Kotoko dia. Accra Sports Stadium nya house dia. Moya hoho. Enti moya hoho a fan so hoho we dia o ma escapa anti ebu. But I don't say the other can have final. And that is what you should understand. The final decision in the hands of Asante Kotoko. So yes, from where you sit, the heart to folk that I know, there are traditional personalities in there, just like traditional personalities ewa Kotoko. And they believe that ansana obesi asase bia so no, ye won hyehye ene omo asase ne omo de a, esesa odo hu ko gya omo. Na sam penifo ne gye utum ansana wanya nhira ewa asase no so. We a quote na America. The house and Kotoko, before they will play matches, before they even land with certain towns, I'm telling you, say, almost supporters would engage their management. Our man a team na do ho. Until most of the time, Kotoko baby had to folk ko baby. Supporters no crew money team kushio mo crew nechi and a crew tia. No match them say yamfaha. Ni yanko hotel buempo. Because omo chihwe anioma mu no de omo ya ebema asase na je omo ma omo nhira no eno no mbeye. So they leave the team in the hands of omo mutikrumo. So sometimes if they have their way, mini matches are has ne Kotoko okoba supporters na najo epe kwan bi say even if it's a venue park na so ankasa because omo kwa away no muntimi nkoye ho neoma what you say even park na no gate na they find ways of going to do things send your mu wura mu a. So it is, yes, I understand the worry of some Kotoko fans. Say, so I'm have to folk quine so be use baba and that's or you soon as only home or access to the stadium a night before, the morning before, and even the day before. And definitely on your massa assassin in your muntum. And there are others people have been saying they say Kotoko. Sometimes Blasters but we are Kotoko in their next game. Because in your Makoso park in the so. So Kotoko any be of ocean from that spiritual angle say, Uma has been Yusu Babaya at the time that Kotoko is even struggling with Homa. Why you can move through our corner, not Kotoko matches on Babu in baby defeat. I didn't know Hopa and Munti and a Kotoko has a Kotoko opponent be a bar. Kotoko a year security and operation teamer. Omo park no mo bia mo warm up we are no so na park no so se coins bi na mo gu so anomo sesa se besi bi na mo gu so anomo sesa to keep the spirit to favor Kotoko. So from that angle I understand all of you and the argument that you are making, but as somebody has said company phone to me nya they cannot do anything. Processing is very simple. Had to folk go right to the Ghana Football Association, say FA ye per se you use this venue. The FA will engage the owners of the venue to find out say these specific days matches we share on. Can the venue be available in their books? FA be checking the books now we say there be time they are available. If it's available, maybe a venue no Friday match, no Saturday match, no Sunday match, no next FA not here. You convince the FA to accept. And I'm coming to explain to you why the FA will accept House of Folk proposal. Omo ya na mo stadium yam dia baby sam. Say National Sports Authority for nyaji tumu pe down there. And in this case, Mr. Peter Tumesi ono ankasa hit about so say all two stadium and they are organizing entertainment concert. Enti so say be ka kire House of Folk say baba Yara no ma mo pen me mfa mamoa. Ne ho nsem ni be bebre. So you find ways of +1 -1 policy, send your house for anybody. Now the FA will accept House of Folk proposal as against the alternative venue no makane because the biggest game of the season has no Kotoko. Has no Kotoko Kobo match no Cape Coast. The attendance will be a disaster. And the FNE here, that packed atmosphere match venues to make a case to sponsors. Now, playing the game at Kumasi, it is expected that more fans will troop in to the Baba Sports Stadium as against Okobobo no Cape Coast. And the FNE Tenacity no who said Debbie. So my team no Okobobo no Cape Coast. Na has no Kotoko match. Yebe na stadium is virtually empty. And marketing game ni. But some the ball Kumasi e Kotoko fo home. E dey restaurants or Kotoko supporters in the cup. VIP ni they don't talk about it. Ebema. Green stands has for the back. And in this case, has for the ball like their home in Intino. They are expected to come in their numbers to occupy the green stands. It means we call yellow stands. So the atmosphere of the match will attract the numbers are a bit befitting a house and Kotoko game so that the FA can sell it. And the FA need your budget too quickly because also a percentage. How the baby? Yes, or percentage. Oh, yes, atmosphere and they are torn. So from the marketing point, the FA will accept it. From a financial point, the FA will accept it. From promoting the league point, the FA will accept it. Omomunko Cape Coast. NSA no sono what Pamo has into a so Pekumasi in answer. You need to compensate them into so you also accept it. And the interesting discussion is that whenever Haas is playing home, Kotoko away. Check on the league table. Haas go home ya Kotoko away. Into this weekend, Kotoko Legon cities Haas a Trenfiabo Brekum Chelsea. Yebia Kotoko Bebo Brekum Chelsea Kumase Haas El Kobo Ediana. Tinka match ni Accra, ka Kotoko Beko Accra. Akwa Kobo Tima. The fan out to folk and their house home. So calendar and the way Finian has no Kotoko board at the same time. And you won't mean Casse. Omo matches na ebe clash intino. You can't NSA commerce because unallowed. They cannot do that. And they also need the money. When the NSA phone kasomo yes cannot to manage the facility. So the argument becomes difficult to defend Asante Kotoko leaders. Continue cast a house by Yusuf, Baba Antino. Yes, this is Yusuf Baba. It will cost Kotoko more to move away from the Baba Sports Stadium. Say Obubo from Yusuf Baba or more Kobe Fufro. It will cost them more Branca Sona. Unfortunately, Kotoko go to Tunkunya. So the only logical argument and the alternative venue argument. Say how to folks selected an alternative venue in the shape of Cape Coast. But that argument can even be defeated because Cape Coast Hono, Zamaka say enye fit for matches abayede. Inti, Kotoko do not have enough to fight this decision. And away from that, recently, 2 years ago, Ebana Baba under renovation. Kotoko move ko house home and a couple on the matches. Kotoko ball the matches were Accra. Then it was accepted. Had to folk in penny for Intimian. So if this time around, in Kotoko's case, I'm about half a season or and a second one, I'm move about. So in hard to folk case, if yes, so yet Tiasiam, how you see, and the people African, they are, and yes, also Tiasiam, yes, you use. So the conversation is a very, very interesting one. That if you decide to blame company for and Monkasai and Moninya, this is not an issue of anything. Senka how to folk bass or mobile so at the dia. I know the Asante Kotoko supporters bet me as sorry say yes kebiani edge. Mama has in the use training grounds. What company for can decide not to take the money because assassin any facility no Asante Kotoko na dia. Manasema ye Kenya da kujachi. Baba Sports Stadium enya Kotoko dia. So they can manage things to make Kotoko happy. But all these factors considered should tell you is not in their hands. But the only sad thing is that the level of rivalry I cost between Hearts and Kotoko and they be facing a decline. Because at the point no be to meet 50,000 Hearts and Kotoko match. We all spoke against it that listen, these two teams, if they are compromising their standard to play any game, it should be a match that they would reap millions, not 50,000 near. But they don't have a venue. They don't have their own stadium. And financially, the level of attendance and sources of income for these clubs no form. Our form into Omoya Shia. Minia, inye. Omoya Shia inye. And Timpaye and our Wababa Kotoko. Say, before and after during Hearts be used venue in things should go on well for them. And I'm telling you, the last I was telling you, dreams will come to Kumasi. Mediama will be using Kumasi. Okay. Hearts of Folk will use Kumasi this December. And Kotoko will also use Kumasi. The venue nenya Kotoko, the anything nations to be a train or a ahead of the match on the Kotoko boy. A catcher engineer said they wanted to preserve their venue. So we need our own venue. The long and short of this discussion is that we need our own venue. But until we get that, engineers see a TRC, there will be times that certain decisions we will not be happy, but we cannot do anything about it. This is Silver TV, and this is my opinion on how to folk and Asante Kotoko sharing Baba Sports Stadium together. Bye bye.